Today, we're going to talk about Chase Elliott and if he goes under the category of a road course ringer. Now, for those of you who don't know, road course ringer, basically a really good road racer. Some examples that I have here. I Googled road course ringers because I wanted to get as many examples as possible. And the first picture was the GOAT, Boris Said, of course. You got to mention Boris Said. What a guy. So you got Boris Said, Juan Pablo Montoya, Marcos Ambrose, AJ Allmendinger, some of the recent ones. Going down this list, Jeff Gordon is listed as one, Tony Stewart, Ricky Rudd, Robbie Gordon. So you've got some solid guys who are really good at road courses. They may not have been great at other tracks. Like Juan Pablo Montoya never got an oval win. Marcos Ambrose never got an oval win. But they did really good at the road courses. That was just their driving style. And then you see examples like Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart. They got wins on ovals and road courses. So we're going to talk about, is Chase Elliott a road course ringer? Is he one? Or is he just been running really well at road courses recently? So we're going to go through his career stats at these tracks, some of the runs he's had, just how he's done at road courses in the past, and kind of where it lines up. Only Cup Series. I mean, I could pull up the Xfinity Series, but I got like 5 tabs pulled up with all of his Cup Series stats stuff. So, 2016, he was a rookie, and in his rookie year at Sonoma, we're going to do Sonoma, Watkins Glen, then Roval. Roval, there's only 2 examples, but then again, the other 2 only have 4 examples. He didn't have a great rookie year on road courses. He didn't do too hot. Sonoma was rough. Started 16th, finished 21st. Didn't do anything in the stages. Bad race. That was by far his worst road course run in his career, even though this year he finished 37th. We'll talk about that in a minute. 2017, it got better. He qualified 8th, finished 8th, so he got a top 10, got a couple stage points in there. He ran in the top 10 the majority of the race. I think he crashed his primary car that year, so he was in his backup car, so that was an impressive run. 2018, he had one of the best cars at Sonoma, I remember. He had a top 5 car all day, finished 4th in stage 1, 2nd in stage 2, ends up finishing 4th in the race, so a nice top 5 there. He had a really good run there. And then this year, obviously, he had a great run going. He was running in the top 5 most of the day. He had a really fast car at Sonoma, really good. Running in the top 5, as I said, getting up to the lead at one point, but then had a mechanical failure, an engine failure, and he finished 37th. So statistically, that kind of butchers his average finish at Sonoma, but he was having a really good run prior to that. So I think the averages, that's not going to really, I mean, he's got a 4th and 8th, a 21st as his legit, and then obviously a 37th is a stat that is there, but it doesn't show for how he did that day. Just a rough day that was. He ended up getting 8th in stage 2, so he did get some stage points. He didn't get any in stage 1 due to strategy calls coming into pit, just to set up for the end of the race, and unfortunately they had a problem. So that is Sonoma. His average finish at Sonoma, 17.5. Obviously that 37th really pulls it down considering he does not have that many starts at Sonoma. So that Sonoma, his stats finishing-wise, his average finish might hurt him a little bit if you were to consider him a road ringer if you're going based off the stats. But it gets better for him. This is why he might be a road ringer. If you look at Watkins Glen, he's finished in 2 positions in his 4 races, 13th and 1st. In 2016, I was actually at that race. I remember that he was in that Bright Sun Energy 1 car, but just a mad day. He didn't do anything special. He didn't do anything stupid. He just kind of ran there. Nothing. Never ran up front. Never ran in the back. Just a 13th place day. 2017, a much better run. Started in the top 5, ended up finishing 13th again. Finished 3rd in stage 1. Nothing to show for it in stage 2. Led a few laps, actually, in that race. So a solid day there. Obviously, 13th, not the finish you want, but a decent finish. But then in 2018, he broke through for his first one. Led 52 laps, won stage 2, and went on to win the race. And then obviously this year, won stage 1. Let's actually, before that, won the pole, won stage 1, won stage 2, led 80 of the 90 laps, and won the race. That is freaking incredible. Both of his wins, he had to hold off one of the best road course races there is today, Martin Truex Jr. 2018, he almost blew turn 1. Actually, he did blow turn 1. Truex was able to catch up to him. Thankfully, Truex ran out of fuel, so he didn't have pressure going into the last 2 turns. But this year he did. Truex had enough fuel. He was on the back bumper the whole time, and Elliott was able to hold him off for 30-plus laps that whole run. So he has shown that he can, under the pressure at these road courses, he can handle it. In late situations, he won't choke, he won't mess up. So he has shown it before. Obviously, that turn 1 incident, he saved himself later on. But he has shown that he can handle the pressure at a road course. Obviously, his average finish is 7th. His average starting spot is 6th. That is very impressive for a guy his 4th year into the Cup Series. You got a 16th starting spot, 4th, 3rd, 1st. And I didn't even notice this, but Watkins Glen, this year was August 4th, the year before August 5th, the year before August 6th, the year before August 7th. It's pretty weird. Just thought I'd point that out. But I think Watkins Glen could give him a really good case for being an official road course ringer. Early on in his career, he's improving at that track, and he's freaking dominating races now at the track. That's pretty impressive. You obviously only go there once a year, and down the stretch, it doesn't matter as much how you do at road courses because obviously the final 10 races, there's only one, and it's early in the playoffs. But being a road course ringer, that brings up the talent level, really puts some respect on your name. And then we go to the Roval. The Roval. Last year started 4th, finished 6th. Top 5, top 10 in stage 1, stage 2. And then this year, 9th in stage 1, stage 2, won the race after crashing out of the lead. He was able to pass all 36 cars in front of him due to not bold strategy call, not a bold move, not 20 people crashing out in front of him. It was freaking speed, man. Like, that car was freaking fast, and he drove it incredibly after he crashed himself. So he has shown that he can race at these road courses. Sonoma, he's improved significantly at since his rookie year. Watkins Glen, he's improved significantly at, and he is one of the best drivers now there. At least he's considered one of them. Him, Truex, they're the best 2 there right now, I'd say. And then the Roval, obviously, he came back from crashing and won the freaking race. Like, you don't do that. You don't go head on into a tire barrier, back up like it was nothing, and then go and win the race after passing 36 cars. You just don't do that. You just don't hear that. Like, I've heard of people like spinning and winning. Kyle Busch got rear-ended at Bristol this spring or last spring or something and won the race. Like, he got some damage from that. But I've never heard of someone going head on into a wall, bumping it, having to freaking push the hood down and put some tape on it, and still having the speed in the car and winning the freaking race. That's pretty incredible. Is Chase Elliott a road course ringer? Right now, yes. Why? The Sonoma stats kind of hurt it, I'll admit. But due to the fact that 37th place run, he was running in the top 5 prior to that mechanical problem, I was impressed. Very good run there. He was a top 5 car. Very good run for him. And then obviously Watkins Glen, he has shown much improvement, winning races, leading laps, holding off some tough competition from Martin Truex Jr. And then obviously at the Roval, overcoming one of the biggest chokes of all time, like just missing a turn and then crashing and then coming back and winning. So that is pretty incredible. Tomorrow I will talk about Bubba Wallace and Alex Bowman. That situation, what are my thoughts on it and stuff. And then I might do another video about Chase Elliott and that comeback because that was pretty freaking incredible. But yay, Chase Elliott. He won again. Woohoo. It was at another road course. And he's won at multiple road courses now, 2 of the 3. He's just got to get Sonoma off his list. And he's going to be a favorite there next year. You mark my words. You better freaking look out for him at Watkins Glen, Sonoma, and the Roval next year. He's going to be something else. But, yep, that's all I got. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Man, Boris said, what a guy.